Good 7 a.m. Vancouver time morning.
Whatever, you got here Friday.
Vancouver time or? Okay. I woke up this morning, 7:30, so 4:30 Vancouver time. Not too bad, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. What about you? 4. 7 o'clock? What's wrong with you? I'm awesome. Who's first time? Welcome to our crazy, dysfunctional family.
Speak for yourself. I'm highly functional. Especially this early in the morning.
I hope y'all at least knew what to expect. That we are kind of a big, wild, and crazy family over the course of 11 years or whatever. Hey, what did y'all think of last week's episode? Having been a part of the episode, I don't know, some of y'all maybe don't know this, but we had worked that day. We were working with Padalecki and Misha, and so we were like, hey, I mean, the episode starts in like 10 minutes. Let's just stick around and watch it. We never get a chance to. And so we did, and he and I were in the episode, and we were like, this is nerve-wracking. Who likes this? My heart's beating, I got shot, and now he's dying, and I'm dying.
We love any episode where you get both the brothers dead or dying. It's great.
Pop quiz. And how many episodes of Supernatural have both brothers die?
6.
You say 3? Which
2.
ones?
8.
2 now. Yeah? Well, this current one? Oh, come on, one's easy. No, one's not easy.
Tuesday!
I was like, mystery spot, but that's wrong. Which one?
Dark Side of the Moon.
That's the one where we both get shot.
No, it's not. It's Pink Floyd album.
So is it just 2?
That's what I said too.
That was just a guess.
No, it wasn't.
If somebody can think of a third one, please think of it so I can embarrass him.
Or not.
There's only 2?
Yes. Yes! There's 2!
You have a third one?
Yeah, no, that's Vampire Diaries. We can move on. Next question.
One with the Reapers and the little boys and girls. That was the Sixth Sense.
What's up?
We won't die. Were you rescue test the Reaper?
You Googled it!
I rescued us?
They weren't dead though.
Why did we do that?
Actual
We should go.
projecting.
We should,
Break a seal. Yeah.
arguably. Okay, let's
Awesome. Well, now that we've proved Jensen wrong,
I think we did it.
I'll go with you.
To mention, if you were listening, I said 7 first, but that's okay. What am I doing over here?
Are you questioning? Yeah, let's do it.
I'm Megan.
I'm Jared. My sister's name.
I know, and her last name obviously is
Is the same as my last name.
Quick, which
My
one?
last name is Phillips, so we're both Megan McGee's, and we are Aunt Maggie's. And, no, I talked to her last time. Sorry, I'm not obsessed with your sister, but she's very sweet.
I love her.
You know, I ate breakfast
Oh,
with her
that's
in the
okay. I'm a
hotel in
fan.
New Jersey last year, and got a couple.
What's your middle initial?
B. Brooke.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's close to A.
And Shepard's name, his first name's Austin, correct? Austin.
Shep, yeah, Austin Shep.
Yeah, I have a nephew named Austin. Yeah, very weird. So we both have nephews named Austin. Yeah, so actually, now that I'm not gonna like ramble on about how, yeah.
You lost it.
Sorry. Okay, so the question is, now as your children are like getting older and they're at that lovely age where like, you know, every year they're learning new things, what's your favorite part about being parents at this stage and what they're learning?
Being away from them and able to sleep in. That's a really good question. You know what, it's really comforting. Before becoming a parent, I was like, okay, I have to do this, I have to make sure they learn that, I have to make sure that they're nice, that they're this, that they're that. And Tom came out, Tom is very wants to please people and he'll listen to a degree and you can bribe him with candy and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, I got it down.
All right, he's like me.
Yeah. Candy. But people always say, Tom is so polite, he was talking at a young age and peeing in the potty at a young age. And then Shep came out and was like the opposite. And there's not a thing I can do about it. It's just, dude, so, you'll be like, Shep, if you can listen for 5, Shep, you want candy? He's like, yeah. You're like, okay, if you can sit there for 5 minutes, he's like, nah. You're 2, what do you mean, nah? Where do you get that strength? He's Jen, because Jen has a very strong sense of self. I don't know if she deals with me, but she can't be bribed, nor can Shep. So, but that's comforting to me to go okay, I can only do the best I can do. I can't make them listen all the time. So that's.
What? I missed the question.
What about, what is her favorite thing about, her age and...
JJ's kind of like a nice mix of Tom and Shep, because you can be like, hey, stop, and she'll just do this. So there's awareness there, and then you're like, you want to go to timeout? And she just looks at me, she's like, okay. Well, you don't get to now. Keep doing what you're doing. Finish breaking mom's thing, whatever that is.
Buy a new one.
Yeah. At this stage, it's getting more difficult. She'll be 3 in May, and it's getting more difficult to be away from her. So that's she's starting to understand the I miss you, Dad.
Oh, she plays him like a fiddle.
And I mean, when I see her, she just sits there and just holds my face, and she's like, "Oh, Daddy, I love you." I'm like, "Whatever you need, kid. It's all yours." Yeah. The pony? Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to not be such a pushover. Yeah, good luck, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yes, right here.
Nice.
And,
It's my brother's.
Unfortunately, it's Mark Shepard's birthday.
well, I know.
What do you mean?
So I have an Always Keep Fighting playlist. So I was curious if you had an Always Keep Fighting playlist, what song you would put on it?
Just Niagara.
I think that's on my Supernatural playlist.
Carry
You can put it on both.
Carry On. Yes, I do have that on mine.
Yeah, I think both of those songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I have to move it.
Yeah.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you. Right there. Yeah.
Story of Bloody Mary.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I told them, you don't have anything to worry about, so being killed them. Bloody Mary's done for. So he went back to school and told them that. And they said, no, there's more than one Bloody Mary. So he asked me to ask you all.
Just
Look
one.
at that.
We got it.
She's done for. He has nothing to be afraid of. Bloody
Nothing
Mary,
whatsoever.
right?
Yeah.
So Christian, you're good.
Yeah. I mean, look in the news. Have you read the Bloody Mary stories in the newspaper lately? Nonsense. We got all over.
To know that he's safe from Bloody Mary.
Yeah, totally.
And he also says he loves when the cat jumps out of the locker.
Now, those are another story.
Yeah.
So cats everywhere.
Cats are everywhere.
He thinks it's hilarious, yeah. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's see, how about... Yeah, buddy, right there.
Why did you stand up singing on the car?
Why did I stand up singing on the car? Because I was trying to get taller than he was. I had to stand on a car.
That's okay.
I don't know. What's your name?
Raven.
What is it?
Raven.
Raven. Raven. Well, that was not something that was planned. It just kind of happened. You know when things just kind of happen and you're like, whoa, where'd that come from? That's what happened. Next thing I knew, I was standing on a car. Don't let that happen to you. Stay in school.
This message is brought to you by
Huggies.
let's go way over here to the right. Sure, one of y'all, fight. I don't know, I'm just kidding. Just teasing.
Some fighting going on.
Yeah, I think so. Hi, so my first episode, I made a horrible mistake and watched The French Mistake. That was my very first episode. So you can imagine how confused I was until I watched the others. My question is, what was your favorite part to shoot in The French Mistake?
Probably the scene of Sam and Dean acting. The scene of Sam and Dean acting, because they were so, we've seen them against like ghosts and goblins and zombies and demons, and they're like, all right, got this. But then you put them in front of a camera and they're like, So it was a funny chance to see Sam and Dean uncomfortable, which doesn't happen a lot. That was fun.
Yeah, there were a bunch in there.
Really?
When we walked into Dean's trailer, or Jensen's trailer, I guess, and he was watching himself in Days of Our Lives. They really get me. Yeah, there was some fun stuff. But the one thing that I'll say about that episode is that we never broke from playing Sam and Dean. Like there was, they may have been calling us different names, but Sam and Dean were never we were never out of character. So
And that was our one rule about doing the episode. It's like, okay, cool, but we're gonna stay Sam and Dean no matter what.
you can almost do whatever you want, I don't care, but I'm not breaking out of the Dean's character. So. Not that I do anyway. In the plaid, I guess. Yeah.
Plaid, because there's one person in plaid.
I hope this is not too serious.
I'm in plaid,
I
but
hope
I'm a jacket.
you guys grow up on TV dinner. And
Certainly this one.
yeah, and I've seen all the things you go through, but now it seems that they're making Dean into like a functioning alcoholic. And I'm trying to understand why is he going that way, that direction.
It's really just our imitating life at this point. I kid. No, you know what? That was because that was something that they were really kind of playing up a few seasons ago. It was just kind of there was a bit of a spiral there that never really kind of panned out. I don't think they, I don't think they really committed to that particular storyline. And so they just kind of watched it. And that happens sometimes with TV. They'll try certain things, they'll even bring on certain characters, try different relationships, different storylines. Some kind of pan out and actually work really well, and some just kind of fizzle. I think that one just kind of fizzled, and they just kind of washed that one away. And they're like, well, we don't want to really address the fact that he may or may not have a problem, or so I think it was more of just kind of a wash.
It feels also like one of the themes that the writers and the producers and the actors, I suppose, play with in Supernatural is the idea that these guys are good guys, but they're flawed. And being flawed doesn't mean you're bad, right? So Sam has fallen prey to, So, and I think Supernatural's done a wonderful job going like, Sam has been a demon blood addict. They played with alcoholism with Jensen. They've made mistakes. They've hurt people. Demons and women. So that's one of the things that I love about Supernatural, and what is also kind of a great go around to how in personal lives we always keep fighting and you're not alone, trying to let everybody know, like, you know what? It's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to have struggles, whatever they are. It doesn't mean you're bad. So I think that was kind of a larger thing.
Well, carry on my wayward sons.
They are. I'm gonna go right here with the camera. I kept seeing your hand, so.
We're losing me.
In Vegas, you thrilled me by playing my guitar. I wonder if you'd do it again.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I think Jensen would love to. Sure, bring it up. Is it in tune?
There's a tuner on it. That's quite the strap. Did you make that?
Yes.
The strap is not being up. You're getting next.
There's like some serious warding going on with this guitar.
Strap's
You're
not
safe.
made. Strap's not made for a guy my size.
What are you talking about? Sure it is. It's like how the bluegrass players wear it right here. It's a little early, isn't it? Fingers are a little cold. Second question while it warms up. How about right here?
In Safe House, the episode 2 weeks ago, the brothers actually got to fight each other, and I know that doesn't happen very often. So I was curious if you guys did the entire scene yourselves, and if it was really weird to fight each other instead of other things.
It's actually much more comfortable and less stressful when we fight each other because we know each other so well, and we know how each other, you know, we trust each other. And that's a big thing, especially when you're throwing full speed punches at each other. You know, there's, I'll take you back to the scene in the cage where we had the big fight against Lucifer, Mark Pellegrino, who some of you probably know is a trained boxer. And I mean like highly trained, like still works out, still hits very heavy things constantly with his fists. So the difference is he actually is trained to connect. Whereas he and I, we fight more in the make-believe world, so we're trained to miss, but look like it connects. And I trust Pellegrino, but there was that one little piece of like, and at one point in the fight scene, I kind of hit him, he's punching on Sam, and then I come up from behind, and he turns around, and there was just this look in the way, like it was, and he just loaded this punch, and I was like, here it goes. I'm lights out. And he missed me. I think he literally hit like my eyelashes. It was so close, but he is such a trained fighter. The precision is so there.
Yeah, he wasn't going to miss.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to connect.
Yeah, he wasn't going to connect, but I was like, oh, that all of those thoughts went through my mind that one split second. However,
This is how it is.
This is how it is. Pellegrino's knuckles in my forehead. But with Jared, he and I have been, we've been fighting so long together, and there have been a lot of fight scenes. It's a very well choreographed dance, and when you have essentially a dance partner that you've been dancing with for that long, this is kind of a bad analogy.
We're talking about dancing.
I don't know what else to do. What else do you partner with?
You're really going downhill from here, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I'm waiting for you to bail me out here. Just kill a time for your guitar session. We're having a good time. That's magic. So anyway, yeah, we did all of that fighting. The only thing that we didn't do was me flying over the table and hitting the cabinet. That was Todd, my stunt double, and that's simply just because they don't let me do that kind of stuff, because they're like, dude, you're old, you'll break yourself.
And that was like Jesse.
That was Jesse, yeah. So I have two stunt doubles sometimes, because there's not stunts all the time on our show. And these guys, they need to work, so they go and do other projects and stuff like that. So if Todd's not available, then Jesse Blue will come in and he'll do it, or vice versa. I think it was Jesse.
It was him.
Yeah.
I remember breaking the chair on the back. It was Jesse. And Jesse's a trained fighter, and he has a dojo, and he's a badass. And so he's like, yeah, really hit me with the chair. I was like, I don't really want to hit you with the chair.
How about a whip kick in the face?
Yeah. I see you have an R-E-E on your shirt. Yeah, that is you. What does that mean? Rebel. I only saw R-E in the beginning of the B, and I was like, what is on that shirt?
Hi, I'm Macy.
Hi,
And
Cherry.
I'm a really big fan of you guys. Holy shit, good luck. But, so just bear with me with this. Heck, y'all ain't gonna remember me, so why not? So, can I sing you guys something? Would that be okay?
Sure.
Yay!
This is the first.
Hi. Okay. Holy shit. Sorry.
Yeah, we love you.
Still only a
Someone asked me
30-minute
one
show,
time,
though.
Before the song started, someone asked me one time, like, what the best part of Supernatural has been, and they were kind of, it was a very honest question, legitimate. They were like, all the support you get, it must be great. I was like, yeah, it's great, but my favorite part is seeing the support between people who haven't met, or, like I was saying to the first timers, like, it really is a family, so don't worry, we love you.
And don't worry, everyone will remember this and see you.
Yeah, it'll be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay.
No pressure, go ahead.
You are my saviors, my freaking saviors. You have saved me when skies were gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my saviors away. Hold up, there's one more verse. You are my family, my second family. You have saved me when monsters came. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take the salt away.
You better, because we all are. Thank you, man.
That was awesome.
That was freaking awesome.
I'm really insecure about my voice.
You have a beautiful voice.
Well, you should be, because that
Yeah.
sounded amazing.
Yeah.
And-
That's three. That
That was awesome.
was
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you. And 10 years of this, 10 plus years of this, is the first time I can remember anybody ever sing to us. And how cool.
Yay!
Happy to have you in the family.
I love you.
Have you back. Holy shit, she loves me.
You know, a little fun fact. My grandmother sang me that song almost my whole life until she passed away a couple years ago. So, good choice. Yeah. All right, pick something before we all start crying.
That was me. You pick.
Okay, all right. How about, let's go over here. Yes, you. Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Really quick, I just want to say I've been watching this since I was like 6 or 7. And
That's so weird.
Jared,
Out of curiosity, how old are you now? How old are you now?
I'm 15.
15?
That's amazing. You're like a functioning young adult.
Jared, I love you so much.
I love you so much back.
Hey, I picked you.
I love you.
We both love you back.
I was just wondering if you could share some stories about your kids and your wives and stuff. Just like your families and everything.
Yeah, of course. So we travel a lot, right? And so we will, Tom has been sleeping a lot. It's called a pack and play, but he's like 4 now. And so I'm trying to really get him to start being in big boy beds. And so we'll go somewhere, or we'll go back home and he'll get his big boy bed. And then Jen and I will like go to the living room to try and have some adult one-on-one time. It's like, all right, it's time to get to bed, and we'll go into our room, and he's like there, splayed out on the bed. I'm like, he like ninja'd his way out of his bedroom, up into our bedroom, and slept. Jensen said something to me one time that I guess his dad had told him, and I'm gonna steal it. One of the great parts of being a dad is kind of trying to, and I've got 2 boys, right? So I'm trying to instill whatever I think is good into them. I hope I'm not missing one. But it's a bummer sometimes to be away, because often you call your family, you call your FaceTime, you want to go like, hey kiddos, tell me about this, tell me about that. But then it's like, hey, so Tom didn't get a cupcake at school today, so can you ever talk with him? And you're like, okay, yeah, I can be the daddy and do that. So it's rough sometimes. It's the weird things you don't think are going to be tough, right? Because you don't, as a dad, or as a parent, as a mom, I'm sure, you don't want to just have that conversation with your kid. You know, you want to play and wrestle. But sometimes it sucks to kind of have to go like, okay. You know, I know mom's already done disciplinary stuff too. It's not like I'm going to enforce her or something that she's not, but that can be kind of a bummer sometimes.
Daniel sent me a video yesterday, and it was JJ sitting in our living room, curled up in a chair with our bigger dog, Oscar. And he was, I don't even know how that, I mean, we're talking like a 70-pound dog who was just curled up on her, and she was kind of laying on him, just kind of rubbing his face. And she was listening, there was like Daniel, I guess, had put on some old jazz record on our record player. And so she was just listening to jazz, just petting the dog, sitting in this like leather chair, and she had a crayon, and she was doing this.
Well, she's almost 3 now. It's time for her to start.
So I quickly called Danielle and I'm like, where did she learn that? And she told me her favorite movie right now is the old Chipmunks movie from like the 90s or something.
80s.
Maybe it might have been the 80s. You remember where they fly around the world with balloons? Yeah. Jerry knows it. In that movie, there's the
Cruella de Vil.
Yeah, like a Cruella de Vil type character, and she's like a little dog, and she just the whole time she's like got one of those long cigarettes. So I guess that's where she learned it. But it's just my 2.5 or almost 3-year-old is sitting there in a club chair, listening to jazz music and pretending to smoke a cigarette. Like, great.
We haven't discussed.
This is my life.
However, we haven't discussed the slightly more disturbing part, that of all the female characters in that movie, that's the one she's trying to imitate. They're like all the little chipmunk girls.
Oh no, she does she'll sing the whole song and she'll do the whole dance move, and I'm like, I don't know, never mind.
She learned from watching Daddy.
Yeah. It's true. So,
thank you so much. I think you have a hand.
Easier now?
Yeah.
Alright, so if any of the characters you've ever played in your whole...
On Supernatural?
Not Supernatural, just like...
Because there were a couple of characters I played on Supernatural.
Alright, yeah, you can throw in a couple of those. Any character that you've played in any other movie or series, if you were to swap Sam and Dean out with that character, which character would it be? I have my choice, I shall hear yours.
So we have to choose.
Swap Dean out with a character I played.
Yeah, like for example, swap him out with Tom Hanniger, or swap him out with...
I mean, Alec might be the easy choice for me.